Good afternoon, everyone. This is Matt over at wallstreetlivechat.com. It is Monday, March 25th. All right, another wild day in the market. Hopefully nobody got stuck in that nice big gap and trap this morning, as the Dow was ripping up. Anyway, take a look at the Dow real quick. We're pretty much stuck in a very tight zone right now, and something's going to happen. Who knows what? I know what I hope happens, and once we break out of this one way or the other, looks like we're going to come down to the 14.1. That's my guess, right at the 50-day moving average. If you notice, we follow it a little bit above it, so you might be able to get a little bit above it. One thing I did notice is the farther the 200 and the 50-day is apart, the bigger the dip below the 50-day can take place, so that's something to keep your eye on. So it's possible we could come down and test this double bottom right here on any kind of sell-off. Because if you notice over here, when we started spreading apart, we really headed south. Again, over here it was a bigger drop. As in right here, it didn't. It only came down when the Bollinger Bands the moving averages are close. It really doesn't drop too far below it, or it rides right on the 200-day. But when they're further apart, then they might have a bigger drop. And this one's forming into this situation here. So we might come down and pierce the 50, pull back up, and then head back down again and take a nice drop below the 200. But we'll see what happens. Where the MACD is crossed, getting ready to take a dump. So keep an eye on it. But right now we're in that, we're right here, right across the top. And no more head fakes. Let's just get this over with so we can buy long and get through the summer and swim in our swimming pools. Spy, how's she doing? All right, bumped her head again. Okay. So again, same thing, just in a channel, same thing's going to happen. We're going to come down and test a little bit unless we accumulate all this and break to the upside. But I really don't see it with your MACD and your RSI starting to head south. So something to keep your eye on. Google, I did a big video over the weekend. Hope everybody enjoyed it. Hopefully everybody listened and didn't get stuck in head faked out on this big jump today. But you gotta know what you're doing. Big jump. You have a top right here. You had another top here and another top here. Okay. Then we pulled all the way back down again. Just because we jump up $9 doesn't mean the world's saved and Google's going to head up to 900. It's just not taking place. Any buying that comes in, selling's coming in. If you notice, we jumped pretty hard today, and the candle stayed all red. So two things can happen. We can stay in this channel in here and blow to the upside, but I don't see it happening. Or we can continue with the pattern that I figured out that we might be into, come down, do the 50, and even come down to this line, maybe even close the gap. So we'll keep an eye on that one. Apple, we did the video a few weeks ago and said it was great for calls, and look forward for that one to head back up. And we did. We broke out of the box, like I said. That's what I was waiting for. This was the video. We broke out, and we're just staying right here. Now we have the 50-day in the cloud as support. So I think we're just going to channel in this area and then hopefully move up to the upside and maybe catch this gap close right around the 500, 510 area. Push up to that area and then maybe just do some accumulating in this area over here. But keep an eye on, you have plenty of room with your RSI. Max moving up nicely, so keep an eye on Apple. Might accumulate for a couple of days. LinkedIn, big jump on Friday, and that was, it was a beautiful jump. It skyrocketed off of all these bottoms, but you know what? It just wasn't convinced that it's going to keep making new highs. It really wasn't. Somebody upgraded it, said it was worth every penny. Now we have a triple top, and it's not worth every penny. What I like about this one is we have a low gap fill, like on a lot of these charts right here, and the 126 is my target. It's that simple. I don't know when. It can't be too long from now, but 126 looks doable. Okay, that's linked in. See what happens. All right, MGLN. We were talking about this one last week, and accumulated some puts on it, and again they paid off. They lost a contract today, and you know how that goes. And we fell off a cliff. It's on heavy volume. So, what are we looking at for next steps here? Yes, we're still holding. Why? Because it's under the 50, it's under the 200. This makes some great moves when it wants to, as you can see. So the options are really great if you're in at the right time in the right place. But I think we can come down and test this this bottom over here, maybe even a little bit lower. And we'll see what happens. I gave it enough time to see where we go. But 40 bucks, yeah, that's pretty fair. See if we can get down here in a couple of days and really make some serious money on that one. All right, we were also talking about shipping last week in the chat room and on the forum, and I gave a watch list to keep an eye on for shipping stocks. China came out and said there's a big 20% increase in their shipping and everything else. So let's take a look at a couple of them that were on the list and see how they're doing. NAT was one of them. NAT has, there's really not much I can say. It's beautiful. We were back in this area when we were discussing it, and she's moved up a couple bucks since then. She's over the 200-day moving average. And definitely keep an eye on a double top over here and everything getting overextended, but it's not yet. RSI is only at 65. And your MACD is just cranking up nicely. It looks like you can probably come up and bump our head in the next day or two and get a nice little healthy pullback to look for a nice accumulation area. But your profit, take some profit off the table. CRME is another one. It's dead bottom. And the only reason I'm keeping an eye on this one is because it's been sitting here for so long. Plus, there's a gap right here, and in this area, you have that bottom, and then that gap to fill. So, we have to get over the 200. We have to get over the 50. We have to get some volume in here. But it's in an accumulation period, and it's been an accumulation period. Do I think it's done going down? I don't. I think we can probably pick it up a little bit more here. This is just definitely one to watch, but I want to see this gap close first and then start to move to the upside. Granted, it's a penny stock, but penny stocks move just like everything else. ABKFQ, FNMA, those things were rippers. GLND is another shipper I wanted to take a look at. This one's beautiful. What a beautiful accumulation here. And we broke out candle today, okay? I'd like to see it come up a little bit higher before we get a pullback, and you get a little gap right here to close right around 37.80 area. Keep an eye on that, and nice turn on the MACD. And let's see, two more real quick. NNA is just on an uptrend, just straight on an uptrend. These we were discussing these last week. The alerts were put out, and follow the yellow brick road. She's just going. She's just going straight up. I would think from here, I would say, we're gonna let's pin this off of here somewhere, and maybe work, $4, 4 and change, somewhere in this area. But we're gonna have to get over this little top right here and out of the cloud, And after we get out of that, then it should be pretty aggressive to the upside. So keep an eye on that. You're getting ready to cross with your MAC. It's turning up to the upside. Okay, one more real quick. VLCCF. Okay. Well, we're getting ready to get a golden cross for one thing. It's had a vicious downtrend, and now it's time to make an uptrend. Okay. It's just looking good on that break to the upside. We have a little bit to watch right here. So if we extend this out a little, probably 880, okay, and after the 880, there's really pretty much a blue sky breakout at that point. You get a golden cross coming also, so maybe $12 to $15 area would be a nice target target for that one. All right. Well, that's it for my shipping. That's it for Google. That's it for the updates. And everybody come over and join us in the chat room. And we will see you over at wallstreetlivechat.com. Hey, visit our forums, okay? Visit our forums. There's some great stuff, great dividends, top dividend payers. You know, just a lot of great stuff to keep an eye on. All right. This is Matt. Peace.